Hello, everybody, and welcome to Life Distilled. I'm Sean Edwards, co-founder of Fresh Bourbon Distilling Company, here along with my lovely wife,
Tia Edwards, co-founder of Fresh Bourbon Distilling Company, and we're happy to be back with you today.
Yes, indeed. Downtown Lexington, Kentucky, where our distillery and tasting room is located. We appreciate you all tuning in to us each week or each episode with us, giving you some insight to the industry, actually our journey in this industry.
Yeah, because we always like to do a fresh take because we're Fresh Bourbon Distilling Company. So I always got to put that name out there, make sure y'all remember it. But no, all jokes aside, we really are enjoying sharing our story and our journey with you. And look, every day we are growing, and we hope that what we have shared and continue to share with you all will help you all get to your next level, whatever that may be, if it's in the spirits industry or if it's anywhere else. So welcome back.
One of the things that we talked about in our previous episode was actually building a team and making sure that you put the pieces together and around you that can help you grow in this industry. And as we entered into the alcohol industry, my background is in construction and in general contracting. Tia's background is in...
I do sales. I've been doing sales since I graduated from UK in an unknown year that I'm not going to say because I definitely look younger than I am. So a few years ago. So I've been doing sales for many years until my husband made me an entrepreneur and a distiller. So
we did enter into an industry that we didn't have a lot of knowledge about. So in building the team, the most important thing that we did do is bring on or actually have some conversations with people who have been in the industry and were experts in the industry.
Yeah.
So talking to some experts in the industry helped us lay a really solid foundation for what we were going to do and what we were putting together.
Yeah, so I remember when you had your dream and you came to me and said, God gave you two products.
Yeah.
Coffee or bourbon. I don't drink coffee, so it's definitely going to be bourbon. And so we decided to go on this journey, and it's amazing how, I feel like we're Christians, and I feel like that God truly puts people in your life when you need them at that time. So who did you talk to first?
So,
after me, of course.
No, I talked to you, and then we had a birthday party for Tia, and I won't talk about what milestone birthday that was.
20.
But times 2. So we were doing a birthday party, and it was a birthday party for Tia on her milestone birthday. And actually, in talking to the people that were putting the coordination together, they were doing some bourbon seminars before we had did the party. And so they were giving us some insight, and they were like, hey, there's some people that you could talk to, or that they put together the classes for them. And in doing that, they gave me the phone number to Tim Niddle. And so Tim Niddle in the state of Kentucky is a known expert in the bourbon industry.
Absolutely.
From all things consulting, from marketing to every aspect of the bourbon industry.
Amazing.
And so I called Tim and met Tim at a coffee shop, actually, to talk to him about this idea that we had.
Yeah.
So he was the second person we talked to, and actually that was 2017.
Really? Because it's just you. It was
just me. I went to meet with him. Yes.
Yeah.
Went to meet with Tim at the coffee shop, and I remember Tim's exact words when I was talking to him. He was like, "The industry is looking for you."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Man, that's awesome!" Because we think we have something to say.
Right.
We from the South. We got something to say. If you don't know that reference, it's a hip hop.
Our kids would be mortified right now.
Straight over the head. That's a hip hop reference. That's Outkast. We from the South. You got something.
Okay, moving on from the
Go
Outkast. No, but when you talked to Tim and you came back and told me about it, like I really, when I first met Tim, I remember thinking while he was talking, the knowledge that this man has and the way that he looks at things really complemented everything that we were trying to do.
Yes.
And that again speaks to really being grateful for the people that God has put in our path to help us get there. And so when we talked to Tim about our vision, and I remember we went to the castle and we tasted so many bourbons. I cannot remember how many.
Yeah.
We did take a lift home, so it was a lot of bourbons. But we had the opportunity to really talk about the flavor profile that we wanted to create and what we wanted to taste like and what we didn't want it to taste like. And that's one of my fondest memories. It was you, myself, Tim, and Miss Beatty.
Yes.
And I think Miss Beatty drank more than I did, but we'll let that go.
Oh, man, you called out.
Yeah, I did call out. Yes, you did.
Tia's going to get it after this. She's going to get in trouble after this, clearly.
It's my godmother, so she can't hurt me too bad.
Yes. But in doing that, though, we did find out some interesting things. So we built our flavor profile. We came up with our mash bill that night. We wrote down the grains, every grain that had been in bourbon.
Yep.
And then we just picked out 4 of them that we thought we wanted to make our bourbon taste like this. And so in doing that, that was an interesting experience.
Yeah.
And we found out that because we're building it off Tia's palate, I feel like women have better palates than men.
We do.
Yeah, probably. A lot of other things, but better palates especially. I feel like, we burn ours up in our 20s drinking stuff that we probably shouldn't drink. So, you all have more.
Yeah, one thing
palates.
I'm not drinking is cheap alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot take it. Like, if you're going to drink, you need to drink nice. So.
Yeah. From that standpoint, that's why we built the mash bill off Tia's palate.
Yeah.
And then Tim walked us through that process. And doing that, we can't say enough about, just learning, everything that we learned from him, because he introduced us to Andrew as well. So in going through this process, one of the things that we did want to do is that we wanted bourbon first. Like, we didn't want to start out with a clear spirit and then work our way up. And that's what traditional distilleries do. And guess what? You're here listening to us because we're not traditional and we haven't done things like everybody else has done. So we did bourbon first as opposed to a clear spirit.
Yeah, but I think that really shows, and I think it's shown to our customers.
Yeah.
What's truly important to us. Like, bourbon first, everything else is secondary for us. And we really had something and have something to share with the industry, bourbon connoisseurs and new bourbon drinkers alike. Like, we have something to share with them that they each appreciate. And that's why we have so many people coming to our distillery for the experience multiple times.
Yes.
Because they love what we've shared and what we're offering in this beautiful space with our amazing 2 gold medal award-winning products.
Yeah. And in doing that, we're excited. We were excited about it. We're happy about it. Andrew was the master distiller at Hartfield and Company. Mm-hmm. And he started the brand, and he was an expert on distilling bourbon, but also distilling bourbon in pre-prohibition style.
Yes.
Like pre-prohibition style distilling and aging. Mm-hmm. Basically meaning that a pot still or a batch still, pot still with a column on top of it, and also aging in multiple size barrels. Mm-hmm. And we continue that to this day. We use 6s, 10s, 15s, 30s, and 53s. Yeah. So we taste 50 barrels. Once they taste like this, our gold medal winning formula, once they taste like that, we dump them. It doesn't matter if it's a 6.3 gallon barrel that's 6 to 8 months old, or a 53 gallon barrel that's 2 to 3 years old. Yeah. We blend 50 barrels at a time to make our small batch bourbon.
Yeah, and I can't say enough about Andrew. Because Andrew truly brought us in and taught us everything that he knew about perfecting our product, perfecting our mash bill, and even dealing with me not liking the dust and not liking like all the things that I don't enjoy about distilling. Like, Andrew embraced that because he's truly like our family. Like, he really has become close to us and just trusted us to go into his space when he wasn't there and distill our own product on his equipment. Like, so just very grateful for him, like, trusting us to do that. So he's still our friend today. Like, he's family. So just very grateful that he really had a lot to do with us bringing this product to the shelves today.
Yeah, especially in the beginning, because we were not from the industry.
Right.
So being able to operate with him in that space, and it was really a quick, a quick process as far as us learning and getting up to speed about how to do things in the distillery. But we're excited that he walked us through those. He walked us through every step of it. And that was 2018. So that was a while ago. That was when we first started. Yeah. And, being blessed to be able to have that opportunity to learn from Andrew and then be able to do it on our own. We were extremely blessed for the process. Yeah. And with him being an expert in that pre-prohibition style distilling,
Yeah.
it got us bourbon first.
Yeah.
So we were able to get bourbon in a bottle that we could taste. And at that point, especially in the beginning, the advice from experts was essential, because in doing our brand, I wanted it to be 80 proof. And we settled not on 80 proof. Mainly because advice from experts and Tia.
Yeah. Hey, proof of drinking water.
Not necessarily drinking water, but 80 proof for the budget. It makes
Budget. One thing about my husband is he loves a budget, and I'm not necessarily in the budget. I don't like, I operate within it when it's necessary, but when you're talking about the product and the way we want it to taste,
Yeah.
We wanted something that was great, neat, but that could survive a cocktail.
Yeah.
And with us finishing it at 95 proof,
Yeah.
we did that.
Yeah. And so we learned that actually. So that was one of the processes that we went through, especially in coming into this industry, building a brand and putting together our product. We knew it could not be or would not survive at 80 proof if
Right.
we're going to be a cocktail forward bourbon.
Yeah.
If we want people to make cocktails with our bourbon, it has to survive a cocktail.
Yeah.
So it can't be 80 proof. It had to be 95 proof.
Yeah.
And so when you taste the cocktail, you also taste the alcohol in the cocktail.
Speaking of cocktails, I think I'm ready for mine. What are you making me today?
Okay, today we're going to make a fan favorite. We're going to make a paper plane. And paper plane is a very simple cocktail. That's why we have this coupe glass, so it's going to look a lot different than a traditional bourbon cocktail.
Yep.
It's going to look prettier.
Well, it's one of those drinks that you can pick up the glass and have your pinky out while you're drinking it, so you can be cute while you're drinking it. So, and it actually tastes. It's not heavy. It's not a heavy bourbon forward drink. Our bourbon blends very well with it, and I think that has a lot to do with our flavor profile. It's very approachable. Anything with citrus sets our bourbon on fire, and so. You want to talk about the ingredients that's in it?
So we're going to do a fresh bourbon, of course, and we'll have the recipe in the link below.
Yeah.
We're going to do fresh bourbon. We'll also have some Aperol and some Amaro.
Yes.
And so we'll do that. That'll be the recipe for a paper plane.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fun.
So in doing that too, you probably want to talk about from a standpoint of, I guess you were talking about mashing because you didn't like getting the grain.
I did not enjoy that. I did do it, and I got to do it in the beginning, and got to experience that and understood why I didn't want to continue to do it, because I do not like getting dirty, and that is a very dirty process. But it was fun to do it, and it really meant something for me, and I'm sure for you as well, that the product that we've had on the shelves from the first time our bottle hit the shelves is product that we distilled ourselves. And that means something. There's nothing wrong with coming to the industry with a product source. That means going to a larger distillery and saying, hey, I want to create a product, or I want to create a brand, and I need a product. So you go and you taste and you pick out a barrel or whatever you want your bourbon to be from a different distillery. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for us and for what we wanted to do and how we wanted to impact the industry, it was important for us to create and distill from the beginning.
Yeah, and we couldn't have done that without the help from
Andrew and Tim.
Yes. Yeah. It's a solid foundation.
Yes.
Like we say, build a solid foundation. When you start out your company, you want to have the people around you that can input into you something different that you don't know. I mean, the stuff that you know is already present, but you need to have some information about some things that you don't know, that you're not aware of in the industry.
Yeah.
And so they did that for us.
Yeah, they definitely did that. And I would say, too, when I think about new bourbon drinkers, right, we always talk about, we want to invite bourbon connoisseurs as well as new bourbon drinkers. For me, a good introduction to bourbon, for me, would be to experience it in a cocktail that you would like, that would have some of those ingredients that you typically drink in other drinks, but something that would be inviting to you. And because if you drink bourbon like this, and I'm not saying it can't be done, because I do drink it like this in meetings. That is the only time I drink it like this. But and you can really pull out, different notes and understand the flavor profile. That's why I think it's important to do distillery experiences, right? Each distillery in Kentucky is amazing. Each one offers something very unique to their brand and what they're doing to in the industry. And so I do think it's important to really understand how to properly drink your bourbon and how to properly nose your bourbon and pull out different things. Yeah. But when I'm having a good time with my girls, or if I'm at home making him watch one of the housewife shows or Loving Hip Hop, this is what I am drinking. I'm drinking a cocktail, so I truly enjoy it.
So a cocktail for Tia, which is a paper plane, neat pour for me. We appreciate you all tuning in. Cheers. So this time, Tia is going to tell us what we're cheersing to.
See, he just only said that because he was going to make me cheers to it. But I gladly will take that on. So I will cheers to Tim and Andrew because we would not be here without them. And they are amazing people. We'll have them on a show one day so you all can experience their greatness. But cheers to them.
Cheers.
Let's see how you did on this. Okay. Clap that. Is that what Kaden says?
No, don't do that.
Don't do that. Okay, well, cheers.
Cheers.